Good morning. Happy Thursday, everybody. I hope you're having a wonderful day as we head towards the end of the week. Thanks for tuning in to 10 a.m. Tea with Natalie today. Just as an aside, if you want to sign up for my newsletter, which I'm trying to put out on a weekly basis, there's a little tab on the side of my business page here that will, it says newsletter sign up. And if you click on that, every Monday or Tuesday, I'm going to be sending out kind of the best of the 10 a.m. teas of the week. So please include yourself in that if you'd like to get the weekly summaries straight to your inbox, because it can be a little bit difficult scrolling through the Facebook page and stuff like that. So I just want to make it as convenient as possible for everyone to get the information that they need. And so today I am checking in to talk to you guys about detox. I've had a bunch of patients ask me about this stuff this week, so I thought I would kind of go ahead and give you guys the down low on what exactly is going on with this whole picture, when do you need it, and kind of what exactly is going on with this. So, what is detox? All right, it's a removal of toxins from your body, okay? So where do these toxins come from? What is this even, what are you talking about? Okay, well, toxins come from a lot of different sources. There's internal sources and there's external sources. And they basically cause our body to have a hard time having its normal functioning. So when we're having problems with toxins, we have a wide variety of different symptoms, as we're going to get into later. So some of the toxins are external and they're coming from the environment. So this would be pollution, things like, exhaust from automobiles, burning of fuel, fertilizers that may be used, different, weed killers and different chemicals there. Also off-gassing from your carpeting, from paint, from plasticizers. There's anytime you're having anything that's kind of like really synthetic, it has a potential to off-gas and cause some toxic exposure there. We also have issues with food. So chemical flavorings, synthetic colorings, preservatives, additives, drugs and alcohol, including street drugs and medication, also put toxins into the system as part of their metabolism there. Fried food is also a really big one. So and especially fried foods that are breaded, because this cooking process really causes a lot of toxins to be present in the food. So if you're eating a lot of fried things, you should really think about potentially changing your cooking processes there, because the chemical structure change makes those foods very, very inflammatory, and that causes a lot of problems with digestion, with body pain, with mood. So it's definitely something we should be thinking about and trying to limit as much as possible. Synthetic sweeteners are also a kind of chemical storm in the body that is not helpful. Meat is also an issue when we're talking about hormones and antibiotics that are added, especially with the bigger animals, because they live longer and they're exposed to those hormones and chemicals longer. Like cows and stuff. It's definitely it's a beefy problem. You like that? No, it's a little early. Sugar is also an issue there. Just as it causes a lot of inflammation in the system. And so if you're eating things that are like low fat or fat free, oftentimes the fat has been replaced with sugar and you're just eating a very inflammatory product that is not actually helping your system at all. We think we're doing something good for ourselves and we're not. Okay, we're being misled. And so it's very important to be thinking about the amount of sugar that's in the foods that we're eating, because that definitely impacts how the system's doing. So those are kind of the general external sources of toxins in the system. We also have internal sources of toxins. And so just by being alive and having a metabolism, part of the metabolic breakdown is that toxins are produced and they're supposed to be eliminated. Okay, and that's through the sweat, through the urine, through the stool. We are, processing these toxins and supposed to be eliminating them from the system. And we get a little bit more inefficient as we age. We get a little bit more inefficient when we're not sleeping well and we're not resting and we're not taking care of ourselves in that way. We also have issues with diet and exercise. So if lifestyle issues are a problem there, you're definitely going to be seeing some negative effects in regards to your metabolism and in your ability to detox naturally. There's also an issue with colonization of bad gut bugs. Butt gugs? I don't really want to know what that even is. That sounds very, very terrible. So bad gut bugs can be a problem. So if you have yeast colonized in the gut, it can be a very big issue as far as sugar cravings and things go. And just having the wrong kind of bacteria colonizing in there causes issues with metabolism as well. Because the bacteria in our gut are also helping us digest food. And so if we don't have the right bacteria in there, we're not efficiently digesting, and then we're creating more toxins as a result of that process. Negative emotions are also a cause of internal toxin. Okay, so when you are having an intense negative emotion, that is also stopping the healthy functioning of your cells. So anger, stress, anxiety, these are things that we kind of really commonly see every day as damaging our digestion, affecting our appetite and things like that. So there's definitely a mental and a physical digestion component going on. I've mentioned this a little bit before in other videos where, your mentally digestion, the mental digestion of your day is also using the same energy as the digestion of your food in your belly. So if you are over processing with emotions, you don't have enough energy in the gut to digest well, because there's only so much energy in the system. And if you're consuming too much in one aspect, the other aspect is going to have to suffer. And that's just kind of, the bare bones truth about that piece. So working on managing your emotions is going to be helpful for, preventing you to need, a systemic detox or something like that. So the areas that we are most exposed to toxins are the skin, because that's directly impacting, with the environment. It's also directly impacting with our clothes and things, and the products that we put on our skin. So it's kind of interesting. We sort of forget that the skin is this organ. It's the biggest organ in the body, and it is all about absorbing things into the system. Okay, so every time you're putting on a cream of some kind, it's getting into your bloodstream and it's causing an effect on the entire system. So thinking about potentially going chemical free is really important to a lot of people, just to kind of cut this aspect down. And if you're having a lot of issues with the symptoms we're talking about coming up here, that's definitely something you need to be thinking about, that you're wearing, more natural clothing, that you're not putting these chemicals like, Suave lotion on yourself. Like, I don't even know all the crap that's in that stuff. When coconut oil organic would be a much better choice. It's going to be a much better moisturizer, and you're not going to have that chemical slurry all over your body. Lungs are also another aspect of where we are directly interacting with the environment. So you're breathing, inhaling and exhaling things that are in the air. This could be the chemical off-gassing. This could be the pollution. And so that's definitely something to be thinking about. And then the third area that we're directly in contact with the environment is in the gut. And so this is how, we're digesting food and taking things into the mouth and going through the system. And the two biggest organs that are then affected through the detox process are the liver and the kidneys. The liver is our kind of chemical detox, and the kidney is all about helping to focus on excreting that stuff. So supporting the liver and kidneys is also really important, and having kind of a strong program there to help your body maximize its natural abilities. But sometimes when we're exposed to a lot of stuff, we're not eating well, we're not getting enough sleep, we're overstressed, we're pissed off. Now we have toxins building up in the system faster than our natural ability to clear them. Okay, and this is a really big deal because it has a lot of different symptoms. And I see this all the time with patients where there's a bunch of little crap going on, and it all just kind of creates this general ugh in their system. But it's not like you can point to one thing or another thing that's like the problem. It's kind of like everything in general. So a weak immune system is something that I see a lot. If you're getting more than one cold or flu a year, you have a weak immune system. Okay, it's not normal to be sick all the time. It's not normal to be having lingering coughs and sneezing and sniffling. These things are symptoms that your immune system is not strong. And I think that people don't have a good kind of benchmark for what normal should be. We just know what normal is for us and the people around us, but that isn't necessarily the, epitome of health. So I'm just going to kind of check you in there. If you're getting sick more than once a year, you have a weak immune system and you need to be doing something about it, because it isn't going to be getting better doing the things that you're currently doing. Okay, and as you age, everything else is kind of, declining and declining. You're going to reach a point where the threshold is, consumed, and you're going to have some serious issues there. So please take care of yourself before it's a huge crisis. Bad skin is another sign that I'm going to be seeing a lot with these patients. So this may be acne, this may be rashes, this may be psoriasis, this may be eczema. In the Chinese medicine theory, we believe that the skin and the gut go hand in hand. So what's going on in your skin is a representation of what's happening in the gut, and a lot of times it's going to be related to the diet, related to these toxins that are in the system. Okay, kind of coming out through the skin as a way to kind of vent them out of the system. Gut disturbance, gas, bloating, indigestion, heartburn, constipation, diarrhea, nausea. It sounds like a Pepto commercial, right? When this is what's going on with you, that's your body's way of saying, we are not doing well. We are not handling this food well. We are not able to digest this stuff. It is not doing us any favors, okay? So it's important to be checking into your body when you're seeing, and if you're having a lot of these signs kind of popping up, and this is sort of your life story, a detox is something that you really may want to be considering here. Smelly body odor. You shouldn't be smelling onions and feet everywhere, okay? If you're stinky, that's a sign that there's a detox. There's toxins in the system that are causing you to kind of be emitting odors. So let's clear those out so that you can feel confident and comfortable, in your own body. Sleep upset is another thing that I see a lot. Frequent waking, difficulty falling asleep, difficulty staying asleep. Toxins can be doing this to us. Having a hard time losing weight. The solution to pollution is dilution. And this is something that they kind of say in the environmental sciences, where things do better as long as they're a certain part per million. It's not considered to be toxic if it's diluted enough. Well, we hold on to fat when we have too many fat-soluble toxins on board, because the consequence of adding those toxins into the system is too great. So your body will hold on to the fat to kind of keep everything nice and diluted. If we clear those toxins out, then that fat can burn, okay? And then you're not going to be having this kind of sort of really damaging systemic effect when you're burning that fat and those chemicals are being released into the system and you can't cope with them. Unexplained frequent headaches is another one. Phlegm and congestion. Phlegm is a sign that the metabolism is not going well. And this is phlegm anywhere in the system, okay? It could be sinus phlegm, it could be phlegm in the stools, wherever you're kind of seeing things. It's a sign that there are toxins building up and it is not working out well for you. Sugar cravings and low energy are another sign. Brain fog, and the biggest one I see, chronic, unexplained body pain, okay? Your shoulder hurts and you don't know why. Your low back hurts all the time. It's aching, 4 out of 10, and you don't know why. There was never an incident. It just kind of came on. You can't seem to shake it no matter what you do, okay? This is a very, very common sign of having toxin overload. So now we're really clear. The toxins are coming from the internal sources of the environment and foods and things we're consuming. It's coming internally from our metabolism and our emotions, and we can have all these crazy symptoms from it. So what do you do about it? Well, that's what I'm going to talk to you guys about tomorrow, because it's, I really need to spend a good quality time, kind of going through the different avenues of detox and how things can benefit you. So please come in tomorrow at 10. We'll be talking about how to do detox safely, one step at a time, different products that you can use, and we'll kind of go from there. So I hope that you have a wonderful day. Take care of yourself. Sign up for the newsletter if you need it. And we'll be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. because we're here every Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. for 10 a.m. Tea with Natalie. Have an excellent day, and we'll see you soon.